and welcome Loco Watchers, and welcome to the top 10 fastest locomotives that we own. And there'll be some big surprises in here. This whole thing was started off by Doug's sudden madness for collecting high-speed trains, which you can see here. And we thought, let's see if they're as high speed as they were in real life. And we had some real surprises, so please watch to the end. Some of your favourites might be here. Some of the ones you don't like may be here. But you will be surprised, I can tell you, on what the top 3 will be. So here we go, straight in at number 10. So, coming in at number 10, starting our countdown, is the Mahano TGV. Surprisingly, in 10th place. You'd think of the real thing so much quicker, but in fact, this loco only comes in at number 10, with a scale top speed of 101 miles per hour in a time of 16.92 seconds. And coming in at number 9, surprisingly the only representative of a large steam locomotive in our countdown is the Hornby Coronation Scott. We did run lots of steam locomotives, and this is the only large one that got anywhere near the speed, coming in at 108 miles per hour or in a time of 15.85 seconds. So coming in at number 8, the locomotive that started this whole countdown is the Hornby Jamley. We thought it'd be one of our fastest trains. Turns out it only comes in at number 8. 112 miles an hour scale speed in a time of 15.27 seconds. Great looking loco though. And in at number 7 is the good old Intercity 125 HST. Now ours has been heavily modified by Douglas to make it much quicker than the awful original train set ones, and it is of course still a great looking loco that many of us cut our teeth on a high speed train, coming in at 118 miles an hour scale speed in 14.57 seconds. Coming in at number 6, just outside the top 5, surprisingly, the old Hornby APT. This is the old one, and boy is it rough and noisy, but we thought it would be quick, but in fact it's only number 6. 122 miles per hour scale speed in at a time of 14.02 seconds. So here we are with a big top 5, not a big surprise to anybody, the Pocket Rocket, you know I don't like that term, Hornby 040. This is one of the newer ones, still races around nicely in a scale speed of 129 miles an hour in 13.51 seconds, so perhaps living up to that Pocket Rocket name. And coming in at number 4, bit of a surprise, living up to its name, the Hornby Pacer. And believe me, this is every bit as noisy and rough as the APT. Coming in though at 132 miles an hour scale speed in a time of 13.03 seconds, living up to its name, the Pacer. Coming in at number 3, it's another 040. This is the Class 06. This is ours that was dumped in 3-in-1 oil, WD-40 fluff, and then put in a jar of oil for 6 months, coming in at 142 miles per hour in a time of 12.08 seconds, so very much a pocket rocket. And a big surprise at number 2, the Hornby Intercity Class 86. 150 miles an hour scale speed, 11.44 seconds. Not one we expected to be so quick, and it's actually quite smooth and quiet, so a well-deserved second place. And a huge shock in at number 1, the Lima Freelance Shunter. This is the Plymouth. It was pimped by yours truly with extra weight and really well lubricated, but this had a huge surprise at number 1, 161 miles per hour scale speed, 10.62 seconds. That is an extremely quick shunter, and that was a big surprise to us. And I've got 2 of them that run at that speed, so just to go to show that these locos are hugely underrated, it's our winner, number 1, 161 miles per hour Lima Freelance Shunter. So now we've done a little bit of fun, I'll just give you a little bit of information of how we worked some of this out and why we did it. So Doug, as I said at the beginning, got interested in these modern high-speed trains, and we thought they were pretty quick, and then we thought it'd be interesting to see which other locos that we own go as quickly. Now some of ours have been adapted, so Doug's Intercity for instance has been pimped quite seriously. The actual winning loco hasn't had a lot done apart from a really good service and lube and quite a bit of additional weight added. We decided that they'd all got to pull 3 coaches because that made it compatible with the TGV and the APT, which is what we started with. As it happens, we measured the track and it's 10.1 metres, which is 4.86 miles, so just under half a mile in real scale length, which is why we could do the calculations. People may have views on this, but please bear in mind these are our locos going around our track. Your locos may get different speeds going around your tracks, and you may get different results. But certainly it was interesting. The larger steam locos just didn't perform as well. I'm guessing lots more rolling resistance with all the moving parts and so on. So it has been largely the diesels. Interesting that the Hornby pocket rockets, that I don't like calling them that because they will run slow, but interesting that they will run fast as well. Interesting that actually the high-speed trains weren't that high speed when we got down to it. And of course, what a big shock at number one, that old Lima shunter. So hopefully everybody's really enjoyed this. We thought it'd be a bit of fun to do something different. You know, see what goes fastest. Does give you a little insight as well into our loco roster. So I hope you all enjoyed that. We've got quite a bit of progress on the layout as well coming along, so we'll be back to the normal videos soon. If you haven't watched our other videos, please do. We'll just make a little comment about the Class 06. So that was the loco which some of you will remember we dunked in 3-in-1 oil and WD-40. And we then dunked it in a Hoover bag full of dust and showed that it still ran. Now what you don't know is we then dunked that in cheap Poundland engine oil for a year to see if the myths around it dissolving the plastic were true, and they're not. And that loco's come in at number 3 and is still running. So that hopefully has put to bed the whole WD-40 3-in-1 controversy. But it's quite an important little loco to us. That's done all sorts of tests for us. So this was a great bit of fun for us to do. Hope you enjoyed it. Speak to you again soon.